All right. Joined today with a special guest out of Tallahassee, Florida. Cracks the party. He's gonna get started by sharing a little bit about how his music journey first started.
That's a long one, brother. How did my music journey first start? Uh, from like a young age, right? Um, I like my whole family does music. Not does music, but it's very like we can all sing basically. Um, and so just been around music my whole life, and I just remember like even as a kid, just being around my family, like singing at church and stuff. Just being around it, like fully encapsulated. And then like I remember one of my earliest memories just being like with my cousin and we're like pretend writing songs like we're pretending we're famous artists and stuff. And that just like did that throughout all my life. And then eventually I started like I remember being in like middle school, bro. I I started like writing like raps, and at the time I was just getting into rap music, and I feel like this is like everybody's introduction. Maybe I could be wrong, but I was listening to like a lot of Logic and a lot of like Pusha T, like just like that fast Spitfire rap, whatever. So I was just like trying to come up with a rap name. I wasn't even making music, but like like cringy rap names, but and then that evolved into I remember when Juice World first released Lucid Dreams. That's when I was like oh shit, you can sing and rap. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then I made a couple trash songs. My friends told me to keep going, and here I am, dude. Just kept pushing, and that was like 10th grade. So I was 15. I'm 21 now.
Yeah. So quite a journey. When did you switch from more of a hip hop rap base to more of like a um like pop country ish type vibe?
Definitely, I never released any song like making music like that. That was just something like a I don't know. I guess that's all I knew because I was growing up like I said like in the church like quartet music. My dad grew me up on like a lot of like Michael Jackson, like Boys to Men, like heavy influence like R&B. But I don't know. I just like thought it was cool to be a rapper, so I never really dropped anything making music like that. Like I said, it's just I could always sing. So when Juice WRLD did like the singing rapping duo, it kind of I thought that was cool. So I just gave it a shot. It worked
Yeah.
out.
What kind of initiated your first music that you actually decided you were gonna release on like Spotify and streaming platforms?
Um, well, Spotify like it happened way later because I didn't even know how distributors worked. Um, so like I when I first released, it was just like I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a shot. I don't know. My friends were gassing me up like hella. They shouldn't have been. Like my first song was garbage, bro. but yeah, they were just gassing me up. And dude, like I dropped it, bro, and like 1,000 streams in a day. Now I was in high school, so I knew a lot of people, but just and then from then it just kind of snowballed.
That's impressive though to get that much from your first drop. Was that I know I saw you had an album that came out in like 2021 or was that
No,
before?
yeah, that was like this was like 2018. This was
Okay.
on like it was only on Audio Mac too. That's like the only thing I knew how to release on. And
Hmm.
then it went to SoundCloud, and then I finally figured out like, oh, you can like I thought you had to be like signed to get on like major streaming platforms, but then I figured it out. But that album you're referring to, that was a little later on.
Okay. Yeah. What was that process like switching from it's kind of hard as an artist, like I feel like especially as long as you've been doing it now, like the transfer of like people didn't really use Spotify. I mean, 8 years ago, that's kind of like become more and more of a thing gradually. But what was that process like switching over to DSPs? Do you feel like it's easier now, or do you feel like it was easier before?
Um, well, I mean, everything's changed since back then. I mean, it's it's easier in a way because you can do like no one's going to listen to your song on Audio Mac, bro. Like no one
Yeah.
listens to music on Audio Mac anymore. If you do, you're lame, bro. You need
You need
to
to get outside, touch some grass.
I swear, bro. But yeah, just move like a lot. It's easier to direct traffic to the bigger platforms as like back then, like it was just cool. I was making music, so I think that's why people went and listened to it because it was something new. But I think like that's the only reason. I don't think it's necessarily gotten any easier. Maybe it has because I don't really remember people using like Spotify a lot much then. So it could have gotten easier, honestly, but I don't really know as far as it's just gotten really easier as far as like just dropping on either or.
Yeah. What was there an artist that specifically motivated you to make that switch from like hip hop to more of the country sounding music you're putting out now?
Oh, for sure, dude. Like it was a long winded transition. Like because like I said off rip, like Juice World, like he is the one that got me into it. But the more and more I did, like I just started finding like my like what I like to make. And even now, like I don't make just one type of music. I just make what I think is cool. But it falls under that like niche pop. Like it's not very rap anymore. But definitely just listen to a lot of like Post Malone, a lot of Post Malone. That definitely like Post Malone's my goat artist go to, but Post Malone. Just listen to a lot of like just different music. Like you look at my playlist, bro. It's not just rap. It's not just country. It's not just pop. It's everything. So it's just hearing that every day, just like letting it seep in, and also like I said, I used to like I grew up singing, so it's just combining the two, just kind of whatever feels natural.
Yeah. No, I think that gives you like a different perspective too, because I think when you just listen to one type of music, it kind of like corners you into a box of what you're
For
putting
sure.
out, what you're doing.
For sure.
Yeah. How do you, as like someone who works, how do you manage like time for music, time for work, and time for life?
Bro, uh it's difficult, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it's very difficult. And I'm so glad you brought this up because I wanted to talk about it. But dude, it's difficult, like no joke. It's like super hard. Um I like time for life. I wouldn't even say that I give myself very much time for life because at this point in my life, music is life. Like that sounds corny as hell, but like I'm legit. Um I'm so serious. Like every day, it's just like as soon as I get off work, I'm like, okay, I need to go film. Like what can like I'm constantly like on Instagram all day trying to find something to like inspire me of like what I'm gonna film tonight. So it's like off rip. As soon as I get off my 9 to 5, I'm going home, taking a shower, maybe not, just going and filming, trying to film before it gets too dark because I suck at lighting with the camera. But just and then I mean I'm to the point to where I like want to quit my job so I can fully chase music because I feel like if I have more time for content, I'd definitely be at the next level. But at the same time, I'm using my 9 to 5 money to buy like the camera stuff, and it's conflicting. But just making music, I try. We get in here every Saturday and try to like come up with original ideas. Like we do all the production ourselves now, all everything, just to avoid like owing people on the back end. And
Hmm.
just I can't really do that during the week because I'm so tired when I get home. And after filming content, it's just that much more. And like I feel like I only record good when I'm like hyped up, amped up. You know what I'm saying? But it's difficult, bro. Like it's not a joke. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people. And this is what I want to talk about. A lot of people just think it'll fall into your lap, bro, and it does not. Like, and it may for some people. Like I hear some people say, like I just woke up one morning, my song was going viral on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. But like, dude, like if you don't get it like that, brother, you better prepare to sweat. You
Grinding.
better, like it's not easy, dude, for real.
What was the journey like figuring out how to do all the, you talk about doing all the stuff by yourself so you don't have to pay people at the back end. How much time and like energy did that take just to figure out how to make all that stuff work so that you were kind of working ahead with other stuff?
Years, bro. Years. And like I should have gotten on YouTube way earlier and started trying to like learn and get more into it. But before I was like home studioing, I was recording like my first home Apple earbuds, and then I like recording in the car, so I had the best sound. And then I went to um the studio for the first time because the artist from my town. He like was kind of going crazy, and RIP to that dude, but RIP to Kazi. But he brought me to the studio for the first time, and from then I kind of watched him use Logic for the first time, and I kind of got the idea, the feel for it. And then he went to like the engineer. He went to like truck driving school or something. So I was like, what do I do now, bro? Like I'm screwed. So then my mom got a new computer, and I got this one that I'm on now. And I just downloaded Logic, dude, and just like went on YouTube and started searching like how to sound like Ian Dior, how to sound like Juice WRLD, like just trying to get good at it. And then yeah, just developing like that. And same thing with content. Just it's a learning process, bro. It truly does take a long time to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, and I don't even know if you ever really know if it works, if you need to, like if it's permanent
Don't,
when it
bro.
does work.
Dude, you don't, because what works today will not work tomorrow, bro. I swear to
Yeah.
God.
No, I feel like you see that a lot where it's like the second you think like, oh yeah, this is what I need to do, I'm gonna make more like this, and then it's like, no, nobody else wants more than this.
Like I just had that video do like almost 80K, and then you reciprocate that, and like it's showing you go from like it's showing 99% to non-followers, and then now you're getting like 100% of your followers. It's like I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm using the same hashtag, same SEO, all that. So you really never know, bro.
Yeah. No, that's something that I think a lot of people in like the outside world don't realize. Like you'll see it in like screenshots, right? Like there'll be people that have like 100,000 followers, which is pretty good for like an artist on Instagram or something like that. And then you'll see like the interaction numbers, and
Yeah,
it's like millions of people are seeing their page, and they're still like 100. So if someone has like 1,000 followers, they probably have like 50 or 60,000 people viewing their page. So like it's just
yeah.
insane.
It's weird, dude. Like social media is a demon, and that's what I always tell people. I'm like, bro, like it is. There's no like reading it because like I used to do the thing. I used to go on like YouTube and be like how to blow up in 2024. It doesn't work, bro, because you go on one and somebody be like, you need to do this. Only two hashtags, and then you go on this one. They're like use 30,
It's
and
30.
bro, I'll just figure it out.
Someday it'll work out.
Yeah, it'll work some point.